The fire within. I wasn't born in a boardroom, but I was born for one. Queens, New York, that's where it started. A place full of noise, ambition, and grit. My father, Fred Trump, was a builder, doer, and he never took a day off. He built homes. I built empires. People think success starts when you're rich. That's false. It starts with a refusal to give up, a refusal to be average, a refusal to stop. You want to know the real secret? I never stop. Not because I'm superhuman, not because I don't get tired, but because I decided I made a deal with myself that stopping wasn't an option. When I built Trump Tower, everyone told me it was impossible. You can't build something like that on Fifth Avenue. It's too ambitious, too bold. But I had a vision that burned so hot I couldn't sleep. Here's the truth. If your dream doesn't keep you up at night, it's not big enough. Every time I faced a wall, I didn't back away. I figured out how to go through it, over it, or around it. When people doubted me, and they always do, I smiled, because every no is just a yes in disguise, waiting for someone with enough guts to flip the script. And you need to flip the script. You don't succeed by playing the same role everyone else does. You rewrite the play. You walk into the room, and suddenly the room changes. That's how you lead. That's how you win. I remember the Atlantic City days, casinos, boardwalks, big wins, and even bigger losses. There were moments where everyone thought I was finished. Even the media had their funeral articles drafted, but I refused to stop. That's when I learned. You don't measure greatness by how you rise. You measure it by how you come back. In this game, you need brass balls and a titanium heart. Emotions? Sure. Feel them, but never let them control the mission. Because the mission is this: you never stop. Part 2. The Art of Pushing Forward. When I wrote The Art of the Deal, I didn't write a book, I wrote a mindset. It's not just about business, it's about life. Every page screams, you can win, but you must want it more than the next guy, more than anyone. You think success is about talent? Wrong. I've seen brilliant people get crushed because they gave up. I've seen average people rise like rockets because they refused to stop. Want to know something I did in the 90s? I walked into a meeting with executives who were ready to bury me. My finances weren't perfect. The press smelled blood. I sat down, looked every one of them in the eye, and said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just getting started. That confidence? That's not arrogance, that's certainty. You must be certain of your future before anyone else believes in it. Because if you don't believe, nobody will. Life doesn't wait. Neither should you. They say, slow down, enjoy the moment. Sure, enjoy it, but don't lose momentum. Every second you spend coasting is a second someone else is climbing. I pushed through storms, media attacks, betrayals. I got stabbed in the back more times than I can count. But guess what? I'm still standing. And not just standing, I'm winning. That's what happens when you push forward. No matter the pain, no matter the cost. Your life is like a skyscraper. Every level you build costs something: energy, focus, sacrifice. But when you look down from the top floor, it's worth every brick. Ask yourself today, are you willing to build? Are you willing to hurt a little now, to stand tall later? Because that's the deal. Pain now, power later. Push forward. Push hard. Don't stop. When they come for you, stand tall. You're not really tested until you have everything to lose. That's what I learned when I ran for president. I wasn't supposed to win. The media laughed. The elites scoffed. The system rigged, broken, tried to spit me out. But I didn't stop. They said I was a joke. I turned the joke into a juggernaut. They said I couldn't lead. I led a movement. Millions of people, Americans who felt invisible, stood up because I stood up. That's the thing about fighting for something real. It hurts. It costs you. But if it's worth it, you'll take the hits. They investigated me, attacked my family, smeared my name. They tried to crush my spirit. I stood tall. I walked right into the fire and didn't flinch. Because I knew the moment you back down is the moment they win. And I don't let losers win. Every fighter has scars. If you don't, you haven't been in the ring long enough. Want to be great? Learn to love the heat. Step into it. When you feel the pressure, you're getting close to the breakthrough. I remember the debates, the rallies, the chants. The world watched, history turned, but behind the spotlight was a fire, the same fire I had in Queens, building towers in my mind before I ever had the money. And I kept thinking, I'm doing this not just for me. I'm doing this for every underdog, every builder, every person who ever dared to dream and was told to sit down. Never sit down. Stand tall. Speak loud. Keep walking forward when your legs shake. Because if you want to leave a mark, a real mark, you have to be unbreakable. And that's what they couldn't understand. I wasn't in it for fame. I had that. I wasn't in it for power. I had that too. I was in it to show that the impossible is just a word used by people who quit. Not me. Part 4. Build like a warrior. Live like a legend. Here's the truth no one tells you. Building something great isn't glamorous. It's lonely, it's brutal, and it tests everything you've got. You wake up early, sleep late. If you sleep at all, friends disappear, doubts crawl in. But if you're serious about greatness, you don't flinch. You build anyway. I've built in good times. I've built in chaos. And you know what I learned? Legends are made in chaos. Not when it's easy, when it's hard. When the whole world says, it's over, and you say, watch me. That's the Trump mentality. And if you want to be unstoppable, you'd better get that mentality too. You build when they doubt you. You build when they mock you. You build when you doubt you. Because builders don't ask for permission. They create the world they want to live in. People say, you're too bold. You dream too big. I say, good. If your dreams don't scare small minds, you're not dreaming big enough. Listen, they're going to try to break you. They'll come after your name, your work, your family. And when they do, that's when you smile. Because it means you're over the target. It means you're doing something right. Every attack is proof you're making impact. You want a quiet life? Stay average. You want a legendary life? Then build like a warrior. I remember walking into empty rooms with nothing but blueprints and belief. Today, those rooms are towers that scrape the sky. That's what belief can do. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need applause. You just need certainty. You need to look in the mirror and say, I'm not finished. I'm not stopping. And I don't need your permission to win. And when it's all said and done, when the doubters are long gone and the buildings still stand, they'll whisper your name and call it luck. But you'll know. You'll remember the pain, the nights, the fire. And you'll say one thing, I built this. Part 5. Never settle, make history. Let me tell you something they never teach in school. Settling is poison. It looks safe. It feels comfortable, but it kills the dream. You don't get to the top by settling. You fight. You bleed. You rise. Most people stop when it gets tough. Winners, we go through tough. I've been called names, doubted, underestimated, and yet I keep breaking barriers. Because I refuse to settle. You want to be remembered? Then never play small. Never think, that's good enough. Raise the bar, then raise it again. And when you hit it, raise it again. I didn't want to be a footnote. I wanted to write chapters. The world doesn't reward the comfortable. It rewards the relentless, the fierce, the unstoppable. Be that person. When history looks back, make sure your story can't be ignored. Make them say, that was the moment everything changed. You've got one life, one shot, one name. Make it legendary. Never stop.